Indeed, this is some sort of JRPG. How's it going, Veronica? Welcome to the stream. I was just grabbing a drink and a quick snack before I started. So sorry for the slower reply. How are things going for you? But yeah, this is a cult classic PlayStation JRPG. Released a little bit late into its life cycle, though. I could go double check the date. It was 1999. It's when it released. Came out 2000 in the US. PlayStation 2 released 2000 as well. So yeah, it was right at the end of its life cycle. Which is unfortunate, but it happens. It's just a natural thing. Why did that? That is very weird. YouTube, why you acting weird today? There we go. Having to fix some of that real quick before we jump on in. There we go. Things are going pretty well. You were playing Berserk or Die, which is the new game from Ponkel. Don't know Ponkel, but I know Vampire Survivors, so... And the game is good, but you were fighting the boss and... Fighting the boss of the level of a Roman phalanx, and it bugged out again? That sounds weird. They just float away? That's awful. But yeah, every game has its own little buggy period. I just went to take a drink and it went down the wrong pipe. Uno moment. Okay, we are back. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. That went down the wrong pipe. It even made me tear up a bit. Jesus. Woo! But yeah, sorry to hear that adds bugs in it, but hopefully it's a good game. There should be a comma there. The boss of the level is a Roman phalanx. Okay. Fight them a bit and they go down about to a third health, and then they start to fly off into the ground. Sorry, fly off the ground. You can't hit them anymore, and in the end, you had to exit the run. That sucks. But yeah, I think pretty much that's the thing with indie games and just developing games in general. You're going to have a lot of bugs to mess with. Sorry if I'm coughing at the beginning of this stream for a bit. That really did hit me sideways. Let's go ahead. Let's do ourselves some prisons. I didn't do any grinding yesterday. I was going to, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. We don't have to grind for that stuff. I have water and coffee. I'm giving water for now, since I just did the I'm dying cough. so I can clear my throat out a little bit. And I will probably be coughing off and on for at least the next 5 minutes. But in we go, and we're off to murder some more people in this lovely place. I wonder why he's the only one that ran in. Because I think we could have all gotten across. He's not even the fastest character. In fact, he's the slowest, if memory serves. Yeah, it'll be dawn soon. I am such a nice guy, aren't I? Letting you see the sun before you die. Say something. I'm giving up on you. When the sun rises, this guy will be mine from that moment. Say something, huh, King? He doesn't have the means to speak to vulgar men. Yeah, that's about right. Those guys from Bale will come after you soon. Yep, they will. Yeah, they do just want his body. They just want him for his body. Intruders are here. They are coming this way, headed by Lavitz and a man in red. It's the usual folk. But yeah, I'll have to check it out. It's called Berserk or Die, huh? Is it a demo or is it a playtest? Out of curiosity. Oh, Lord. It's out properly? Ooh. That's always a rough situation when you have bugs like that on your full release. Because even though it's generally easy enough to fix them, you'll run into situations where... I'm sorry, Shauna, you are... Shauna does have Dragoon powers, but I think we want Rose for this. We can get Shauna caught up in a bit. But yeah, those first impressions, like that first week of release, is so important that things work properly. That it's a nightmare whenever you run across major bugs. It's old saying that you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Pretty much. There's some games that have tried and not completely failed at it. Some of them have made that first impression a bad one. Because they basically changed the entire game. There's actually one that, for some reason that's coming to mind, that Total Biscuit actually did a first impression of, and now it's a completely different game. It's a Diablo-like. It was a roguelite. It's very, very strange. I would have to go look up the name of it. I don't remember for sure. I covered it on Game Sampler. I have not covered it on any of the main channels. They did like a 2.0 patch and everybody was pissed about it. Got a lot of cosmetic stuff, a lot of DLC. It's just gone full on ham. And mostly I'm keeping Rose in the party so we can get her up to 14 quick enough that I can possibly get her next set of abilities. Or additions. Burning Rush. And hopefully we can take out the Senior Warden with this. That did not succeed. So he's going to get away with smacking the living crap out of us with elemental shit. Unfortunately, it forces us to have Lavitz, who is super weak to that. He is not a durable boy. I need to drop my headphones down to match you guys' volume so I'm not yelling into the microphone. There we go. Kind of realized I was doing that because it peaked like 4 times during that. But yeah, I could look it up real quick. Just have to Alt-Tab, which means you're going to hear crunchy audio for like half a second. There, click that. It just happens whenever I'm loading up certain browsers. That's going to be down there. We don't really bother with that anymore. It should be... There it is. Hero Siege is the one I was thinking of. And I'll switch that back to how I had it. Boop. Back to the game. But yeah, Hero Siege is the one I was thinking of. Thankfully, I think my throat is now clearing up after that. Jesus. Wasn't quite feeling like I was dying, but I was definitely struggling. But yeah, it used to be a roguelite. And if you look at the version Total Biscuit covered, and then look at the footage from like the current version, it is so drastically different that it's not even the same game anymore. And there's no way to play the old version. So if you bought it liking the old version, the new version is just a spit in the face. I get it, it's their game to do with what they want, but whenever you do that drastic of a change, you might as well release a second game. That death animation, Jesus. And if memory serves, we could go this way, but I think the elevator's broken. And then there's down here. We're hearing fighting. Drinking some coffee, because that actually gave me a headache. Holy crap. Okay, item-wise, do we need to buy some damage items? We got Spinning Gale for single target, so we're not terrible in that regard, but we are struggling a little bit. So we basically have to save it for big guy. Although I think he is Earth. The Spinning Gale will be the ideal one versus him. I do like that we're on non-counter skills right now. That's actually semi-relaxing. I just realized you're at 0. Oh, yeah, because we used up his MP on the one fight. I was like, why is Dart at 0 MP and everybody else is full? That would be why. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. I think it might have zeroed out his MP because we did the duel thing and didn't stand an in afterwards. Burning Rush. Should go see a doctor about that. But yeah, this is very much one of the predecessors to Expedition 33. Expedition 33 is way more complex and, in my opinion, has a better story, but this is a fun game still. Why am I hearing people dying? Hello, merchant. I would like to buy things from you. Always up for a sale. They always are. Expedition 33, by the way, cannot recommend it enough. Ooh, frightens minor enemies. Thunder-based attack for all. I think that's... No. I think we might grab one. I haven't actually used Midnight Terror ever before. I think it just adds Frighten to them, which is a damage boost, if I remember correctly. Okay. Whew. I probably made some ugly noises when I had my microphone muted. I'm glad that I actually remembered to get that. Okay, now we already got this one, I think. Yeah, we did. The only ones we have left to get are in the elevator on the left-hand side. I am liking that little... The eyebrow one, especially. That entertains me greatly. That is... Oh, that's Jenna Bane's thing. Yeah. But yeah. It always surprises me to go back to old games that... Especially PC games that have done major shifts. Most do keep at least a bit of their original. Which is kind of the way you want to go. But good lord, do a few of them just go completely off the rails. Treasure. Felt that hat. This should go across the merchant room. MMOs, I can understand it a little bit more. Because, you know, you have to evolve to keep your player base engaged. But generally speaking, they'll have the start be kind of similar and then they'll balloon out as you get later in the game. Let's see. Armed... I don't think we necessarily want to equip the felt hat. I think that only goes for them. Oh. Who equips the felt hat? I thought I got a new piece of equipment. Oh, they already have them equipped. It's just low-level junk. That's why it's not showing up. I am the dumbs. Yeah, if you already have it equipped, it won't show up on the equipment list. It does that a few times. We can get like our base starting sword in a chest, which is worse than the one we found in the forest in like the second area. No, we got ourselves some therapy. Can always use that. If I remember correctly, the therapy ring is just a status block. No, it recovers HP. Ooh. Do I put it on him? Do I just give him some therapy? In fact, I think I actually will. It's 10% of his life per turn from that. It's one of the only ways to basically out-heal poison, because poison is a percent of your life. Same amount you get from defending. 10%. We don't really need it on our main guy. Because he's gonna be 600 some odd life and go up even higher. But see, you go up here. We'll see one of the treasure chests we want to get. This should lead us over to this one. Got ourselves a Thunderbolt, which I think is an attack. And I don't want to go back in there, damn it. It's an attack item. And yeah, we have Red Arrow because in this area, if you encounter an enemy on the map, it's an encounter. We won't get random encounters in here. We get them elsewhere. Yeah, it's just the AoE one. That's fine. Silver embroidered vest. I think that is a female character one. Yes. Is it better for you? Yes, it is. We'll go with that on her for now. We're going to keep the leather jacket so we can swap them out. Because I think once we get out of here, I want to go back to Shauna. And have that be her gear. And yes, my voice will be back to full eventually. Right now, I'm fighting it a little bit. Okay, so we got that one. Pandemonium is, I believe, a usable item. Oh, that's our next repeat item. Okay. Only attack. Basically, it's a lure. I think the next place we want to go is... back up there. No, god damn it. I keep doing that because the way this works is there's a little bit of a door lip there that it'll just shove us in there. I think where we actually want to go is up the ladder to the right. Hey, Daladon. Thank you for the gift subs, by the way. Hope you don't mind. I shared that you were going to be doing another one-shot in the Discord. That was really fun last time. I may have to sign up with something weird this time, but I feel like it might be a little bit cheesy considering I already know a little bit about the one-shot. You're just a little swarmed? I understand that. You missed me almost losing my soul to swallowing water down the wrong pipe. Earlier. I made ugly noises. There we go. Okay, which way do we want to go? I don't think I ever figured out how to go to that door on the far left. I think it's something we get to later. 15 hours plus 10 hours plus 10 hours the last few days. Ouch. I have done those. Those are awful. Especially if you're trying to juggle a life outside of those. It's been a nuisance. But yeah, I used to. Now, it was nice for a while. And I don't mind days like it. I used to work 10-hour shifts 4 days a week, and I loved those. But 15 hours, I've only done a few times. Oh, they want their stuff done through before the holiday. Yeah, they tend to do that. They want it done... They want it done early at half cost. Kind of thing. Yeah, I'm gonna try going... through here real quick. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think there's actually a way over to that one on the left. It doesn't even have an arrow. But you've served them well this time. No misunderstandings. None. None whatsoever. Government never misunderstands anything. Oh, man. Thank you for the hydrate. I think since starting stream, I've already gone through a third of my water bottle. My water bottle is bigger than my forearm. So, to give you, I will stay hydrated. But yeah, it actually gave me a headache, and that is going away thanks to the mix of coffee and water. This is a trap. Of course, we're going to stand right on the grate. Because we are SMRT smart. It is indeed an ambush. Thankfully, we're almost back to the point we were whenever the hard drive crash happened. But it doesn't make any difference because you are still just feed. Yeah, pretty much. This is pretty much the Rancor pit. In all seriousness, the minister's been called to Parliament to explain stuff. You've already talked with the Department of Energy, who's going, we don't know what the fuck they're talking about, by the way. Oh, great. Faith in our government systems. And that said, I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often. With the way a lot of governments function. They get trapped like that without fighting? Well, it is one way to fight. It's our own fault for being trapped. Yeah, you stood right on the grate. If anyone wonders why I don't like walking on storm drains and parking lots. Just ingrained memories of this kind of stuff. That's how we're supposed to kill the 00 Park guys. And it's like reading children's fairy tales about how things work and written like it's the greatest zingers. Welcome to being a specialist. Oh, man. That just reminds me of a stupid story from university. Obviously, you're working on much more technical skills in this. I understand that. As far as my story in kind of a extremely lower level vein, for those who don't know, when I was in university, I was a computer science major with a focus on software engineering. Am I the best programmer now? No. Do I know how things work? Because I know how to look up and actually find how they function on a fundamental level? Yes. I still actually do understand that to a decent degree. But in university, I was also a business major at the same time. So I had to take computer science for business majors. We had an assignment about how search engines work. We had to actually design a search engine in the computer science courses. Guess which one was right? You allow the Danish countries to do A and B, and we are like, no law tells us we have to allow them to. They can just do it? Exactly. You know what? It's like how your best friend is trained at business school. He's talented too. But yeah, I actually had she was an adjunct professor, I believe is the term for it. Or loosely, or was she an instructor? I don't remember which one she was officially titled as. She wasn't someone who was full-time at the university. But I basically no longer was able to sign up with any of her classes ever again after correcting her, because she would specifically target me and try and just give me as low of a grade as possible, because I corrected her one time on how search engines actually work. Feel a draft from the gap. We can get through the gap. I forget what we're supposed to do here. I think it's literally, yeah. We have to find the right spot. There we go. The draft is coming here. Part of the Scandinavian fan base. I like the Scandinavian fan base. You are some of the more sane people out there. I hate to say it. But generally speaking, European viewership and Scandinavian viewership are more calm and relaxing viewership. And I like that. I like calm and relaxing. I think we get another sachet from this guy. This is Django. If we put him to sleep, we can easily beat him. Okay, we're not going to use the other one there. We're going to go ahead and do Magic Sigstone. But yeah, generally... Oh, does that actually... I wonder if that worked on him or not. I do not know. We're about to find out. It did not. And she's confused. Lovely. His last name is indeed Slambert. Need to watch a bit of this. The Drake Warden Ranger was looking into having power mode like the Dragoon here. D&D Studies 101. I mean, I can see that. But yeah, the Dragoon aspect of this. Did she just try running away? I think she did. I think she's going to randomly attack as well. Yep, just attack yourself, that's fine. But yeah, his last name is Slambert. It is very, very unfortunate. Okay, you are doing horrible things to us. Mind Purifier on her. And let's see if we can get a heal in on you as well. Okay, looking into... Trying to think how the Drake Warden Ranger would actually work with this. Giving him the power to use his daily summon to do armor that conveys into 10 hit points plus AC and some proficiency bonus to a dragon type damage type. The way it works in this is it locks out a bunch of your other skills. Oh, and she's just getting nailed by this. Let's go ahead and we're going to just go ahead and use a healing potion on her. AC and some proficiency bonus. That's pretty much what the Dragoon mode does. The Dragoon mode, if I could bring up the status screen right now, I would give you even more specifics. But the way it works is you get extra defense, extra offense, extra all that. And we did not full commit our thing. That sucks. Here, we can actually just transform into it. Special mode. Go into dark mode with her. But whenever we transform, we lose access to a lot of our stuff. We basically do, say, like a werewolf or demon proper transformation, where we have that thing's functionality. It's kind of like whenever a druid transforms, as far as mechanically. Now, if you wanted to have everyone have that, I have actually considered doing that in a D&D campaign. I think the next one I do is going to have some mechanic kind of like that, but it's going to be a surprise. But yeah, it basically gives us access to unique spells and attacks. Looking him up because you were generally wondering that since his name is Lavin, since this came out in the 90s, was having fun and smashing together name Lenny Kravitz. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it. There's a lot of strange name choices in this. and weird translation idiosyncrasies. You can see we're taking way less damage from this. We also don't have our guard ability. Can you not? Let us go for Blossom Storm. But yeah, he's, spoiler, Slambert's not sticking with us for very long. This is where he dies. Yeah, I could... The way I was thinking of doing a special thing was actually through runes, by the way. That give people abilities outside of their normal class abilities. But a full transformation with those would still be kind of neat. Just trying to think of how I would actually implement the rest of this stuff. Another Astral Drain I think is fine. I don't remember how much HP this big old boy has. But we're about to lose her shadow form. Thankfully, she's fast enough to do this. And yes, if you want to give him a butt beam, I think he will see the humor if he has actually played this game. You get to heal everything in a 30-foot radius while doing damage to a single target. It's like Wither and Bloom, but backwards. Speaking of which, not this Sunday, but next, I actually get to play my new character. And I'm happy about it. I'm curious as how it's going to be introduced. I actually get to play M a little bit as well. M is my druid that I've been having fun with. But the situation... Oh, wow. We have not even gotten him to yellow. That is not good. Too early on that one. But yeah, it's the druid. I'm enjoying M, but what was happening is we were going to get whisked away because one of the players sadly has vanished off the face of the earth. So we're getting whisked away and starting a new path. So which one? What's that one? In self promo, yeah, I put one in the TTRPG channel as well. Having it in both is probably for the best, as some people don't actually sign up for the TTRPG one. But yeah, the druid is just a little guy. He's a puppet that was made by Faye that replaces a child. So yeah, my druid was literally just a mimicry of another character. And I am looking forward to continuing that story in addition to going with my new character. I intend to scar the other players immensely. Okay, we are in the yellow. We could use one attack item on Rose to finish this off. We're going to do a Wing Blaster on you. It's costing way too much mana. But yeah, my new character actually knows the one character that's staying around is an anchor character. He knows of him. Because the way I set it up was, I basically told the DM, if other people are swapping their characters, like, because I knew one person was keeping their character. One person was a wild card, and I said, basically, if he swaps his character out, I'll go ahead and swap mine to something else. Just because my character at the time, as a bit of my druid, has a protective urge over the other character, because they're both the same species. They're both Weshel kind. which is the puppets. The other character acts as though he doesn't realize it yet, though, and he was abandoned by his parents. Whereas I've been journeying for over a decade on my own and known I was a Weshelkind for longer than that. So it's kind of like, you are my adoptive child. So if we got teleported around and he wasn't there, my character would probably have an overwhelming urge to go and find that one to make sure he is safe. Whereas with my current setup, we are going to use an item. Let's go with Spinning Gale. Whereas with my current character, they only know so much about what's been going on. And I don't know what the other player's new character is going to be. How are you not dead, buddy? He's probably wondering the same about me. Sorry, I'm not good at explaining it while I'm trying to fight a boss. I do need to do some D&D work on screen as well. I might start doing that on evening streams or something like that. Did the Dragoon armor give me flying? I would probably, if I was going to do it in a tabletop version, I would not give it flying. It's more of a hover. But yes, they do fly with the Dragoon armor. They do it as some of their attacks and everything. Are we going to die? Please don't. He is in the red. I don't want to use up another item on him. I just need to be hitting my combos. There we go. Holy crap. I did very badly on that one. Our first time fighting that guy, like the last time we streamed this, we had a way easier time. If I could take Dart out of the formula, I would. I would actually be Slambert, Rose, and Shauna. I don't plan on using Herschel at all. Unless it forces me to, in which case he'll just be a burden. Like me! No. Oh, lordy. Deep breath. But yeah, Dragoon armor gives them wings, and yes, they can fly in the cinematics. But they generally, in battle, they're hovering. They understand each other. Man and woman cannot be like that. I envy them a little bit. Well, that's not... This game, very 90s. I'm just going to say that right now. He's a Mark of Storm's half-elf, so he's going to give him some Gust of Wind and Gust perks. If he uses this Gust of Wind charge, could get some hover fly equal to the push distance. That would actually not be a bad idea. I'm always reticent to give people flying. I am thankful that none of my players in Lancer have thought to do anything with it. I have a kind of like in my catalog of these are characters you bring out or characters you can play in oh shit moments kind of thing. I have it as in my NPC list and as a PC I can play if somebody else hosts Lancer. I have a selection of flying characters just in case they decide to do that. As long as he can keep up his concentration. But in my case, it's only 1 minute fly 15 feet. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not going to be too terrible. But in Lancer, I literally have some backup builds that can fly indefinitely without even producing heat. And they can fly essentially the equivalent of we're talking a good 50 feet fly speed in D&D kind of situation. Which is horrifying. because it makes balancing everything else a royal nightmare. That is the one functionality that makes balancing encounters a nightmare for me, is the ability to fly. But yeah, we're gonna knock this down to one guy. Now, I am partially going to be possibly pissing off a DM with one of my character's abilities, my new character. Because I don't have a lot of touch spells. I intentionally did not take touch spells because I have a familiar that I can summon on it. Each character will have a trinket. That is their special bonus power, like the Monk of Kalashtar got Mind Sliver plus Detect Evil and Good. Can cast spells from any target they are mind linked with. Ooh. But yeah, I have a familiar that can fly and cast touch spells and is invisible until it casts those spells. They will later get Healing Spirit as their Kori Spirit can leave their body and team up. Oh, that is sounding a lot like... If you know... Do you know anything about Grim Hollow? Just out of curiosity. If you do, I am going to be playing a disembodied haunted sorcerer. So not only am I a ghost, I have a ghost. So I can sort of relate to how you're doing the Kalashtar. I doubt I'll get this thing to super high level because we're playing a slow leveling game. So I doubt I'll see like level 8 or anything like that. Thematic trinkets that buff the players. Those are always fun. And I really do like that as an idea. I do try to sprinkle those around the worlds. Even in Lancer, where there aren't magic items, I have given the characters, at least the ones that stick around, access to things their character would build or find that are unique to them. Because I think it helps, at least as a player, whenever I play, it helps having that special like anchor of this is my character and this is the unique thing that in this world. I don't just have potions. I have this thing that I made kind of situation, or this thing that my character has a strong identification with. For my druid, that's his healing kits. They only heal 1 HP, and they can only cure minor diseases and stuff like that, but they're healing patches. For my sorcerer doesn't have one yet, but he has other things that function kind of like that, that are made within the mechanics, as opposed to asking for something special. Although I did ask for something special, jury's still out on whether he gets it. Are we fully healed up? Close enough, actually. I would like Rose to be healed up a bit more, but otherwise we're fine. Yeah, trinkets and magic items. I think that's one reason why I prefer running fantasy campaigns over sci-fi campaigns. I think if I do run another sci-fi campaign, I'm going to run it under my system. I have a good chunk of it fleshed out. I don't think it's ready for beta testing yet, but I have a good chunk of my system fleshed out. And the way I have it organized is I can plug in sci-fi elements if I need to. But I do think if I go sci-fi, it's going to be a magic sci-fi as opposed to a high-tech sci-fi, if that makes sense. It's your way of homebrew anyway. You deal with it better like that, so you can say, okay, 3 stages of power, each is like a core feature from another subclass. Make something totally hilarious and broken. Yep. It doesn't even always have to be something broken. It has to be. It can be something that is uniquely applicable to their experience as well. Oh, I don't have the commands back up. I lost most of my bot stuff whenever that busted. I've been reprogramming them, so I will be getting a lurk command back on there soon enough. But thank you for the lurk. It makes the Twitch go round. Yeah, commands are next on the list of things that I need to do. I'm still trying to fix, for some reason, Twitch has stopped allowing my bot to run the stream start ad. Because at the start of the stream, I always have a starting soon screen, because that's when I'm going to get my drink, setting up various things to go alongside the game, opening. If I need a guide, I'll go open the guide, stuff like that, during that starting soon thing. So I usually will run an ad during it, because that's 3 minutes, and that cuts off pre-rolls until the normal ad breaks start. For some reason, in Twitch's infinite wisdom, it will not let me do that. I have to manually start the ad every single time. How are they still alive? I mean, because we killed things? If your two friends can't kill me, the solo dude probably can't either. Oh, and the only reason we're getting hitches every now and then on this one is because I'm using a slow drive for it, for running it. That's why I'm saving up for a new drive to go into the system. Because I need one faster than this. These guys are more durable than I remember them being, but that's fine. I do wish we had a restore point. I think we do. But it's later? No, we don't. We don't get one in here. We get one in the next town. Well, town thing. Right before we get to the next disc. And I have to be careful about how much I reveal about Lancer and about the D&D campaign, because I know that at least 2 people involved with them watch. Small pressy? I'm afraid to ask. But yeah, I will probably be signing up. I need to decide what I actually want to play. But, oh, they're foul fighters. I'll probably be signing up for the one shot. I just need to decide what I want to play and also figure out if it's even fair for me to be doing it. Because I've already played it once. We're gonna go... I think we take the foul fighters out. I think they can cast spells like the other guy as well. And slashy slash? Yes. See the DM. I will check the DM. Check your email for a link to it. Thank you for the gift. I need to go check my email there. Play images. Oh, Mortal Glory. That is a game that I was actually wanting to cover a while back. Thank you. I will have to stream it. Don't... Redeem now. It's fun as I think. Yeah, I do have it logged in, so I can just beep. It's the DLC. I did not actually know that had DLC as well. Funnily enough. But very, very much thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it a great deal. DLC is for career mode with beast mode and archery. Speaking of DLC and stuff like that, Barony is a game that I've been thinking about doing kind of like collab stuff on stream, letting people come in and just hang out. We'll just play it until we die. Because I recently was playing that with Gablin, and it's actually kind of fun. And I was able to set it up where I wasn't getting motion sick from it. Field of view is your friend. Oh, and archery. Interesting. Yeah, I watched, if I remember correctly, it was Barad-dûr. Cover Mortal Glory. Back closer to when it first released. Barony, you mean rocks fall on me and I die? Pretty much. That's... I have not died from rocks yet. What's funny is I actually have had it for ages. I just never played it. But... yeah. I've never died from falling rocks. I've died to a mimic. And I've died to my own dumbassery. I haven't died from rocks yet. Rocks fall and everyone dies. Yeah, I was thinking setting it up and just having it be kind of like, we don't have something to stream today kind of games. Ooh. Oh, we didn't kill the fowl. No. You've been trampled by boulders a few times. Feel that. I've been trampled by boulders in real life. No. I do find it an interesting mechanic. I'm not a huge fan of just insta-death mechanics, but at the same time, it makes sense in that game. In like turn-based RPGs, it makes less sense, but... now, I wish there was a way to kind of capture the combo system in this in a TTRPG, but I don't think there's any reasonable way. At least not one I can think of. You also need to prepare this time. You have a soundboard to be able to do Swarm of Chicken noises from Zelda. God. Chicken Attack. I love that song, by the way. Chicken Attack. It's a yodel thing. Well, goodbye. He gonna take a lot of damage from that. Yeah, 60. That's a decent chunk of damage at this point in the game. That is more than 10% of your life. Yeah, I think if I sign up for the one shot, I was considering a gargoyle. I just don't know what stats they start with. Because I think it'd be hilarious just to have a big honking gargoyle retainer. And the powers of Kuko. You shall know these with him. His name is Link, and he's a bit of a dumbass. Yeah, Link is a... oh, this is where we get this... yeah, watch this. I think it's this one. Nope. Or is it? We acquire the starter spear. We acquire the starter sword. crappy stuff that is worse than what you would have found by now, much less bought. Ugh. And yeah, we don't get another set of dust until Kazaz. But yeah, a gargoyle retainer would be hilarious to me. Goblin retainer, not so much. I just think it's interesting. Just you have this big statue that just lives in your house that you can find stuff into, and it's just like, hi, I'm actually alive. You've told me all your secrets. I am loyal to you because you dusted me off one day. You're the only one that would talk to my statue ass. If I remember correctly, that's from one of not official Eberron, but the designer of Eberron. Because he basically went off and added his own things like the Maverick and stuff like that. Isn't that basically the plot of Gargoyles with the smarmy-ass business guy in the tower? To an extent, not entirely. It did get a little bit more Batman-y after a while. We get to fight large guy. You know what we do when we fight large guy? We throw thunderbolts first. And then we save our sachet, or however you pronounce it. Wow, we didn't even, like, get them to yellow with that. Let's see. Let's go ahead, and I think we'll Pandemonium to Dart. To let him just soak the hits. Or not. You go after Gooftus? And you just keep doing spells. Spinning Gale. The 2024 race, so do mind the missing attributes. Okay. Oh, yeah, because in 2024, attributes come from your backgrounds. I keep forgetting that. I have not played much of 2024. Unfortunately. Ouch. That was a brutal amount of damage. Don't die on me, Rose. Yeah, she's gonna have to guard up a little bit. Yeah, she just took way too much damage from one hit. We're not doing as well as we did our first time on this fight, sadly. Could go like full-on Dragoon mode. I'll go look at it while they're beating the crap out of me. Elemental nature, false appearance. Basically, for stats, would I intentionally just not use bonus stats on it, or would I do the 2-1 on just whatever kind of thing? Or would I just go from backgrounds? I'm just gonna smack goof this. Okay, so just 2-1 or 1-1-1 like Tasha's. Glad she was guarding. This guy needs to die yesterday because he's trying to do status effects on us. I do like that he is telling them to do their special attacks. Them's a little scary. That was through a guard. That would have been 138 damage if I wasn't blocking. Rodriguez, you need to not exist anymore, unfortunately. Thankfully, Dart has all the life in the world. Are you not dead? There's one down. Okay, so next one is Rodriguez, who needs to die. Let's go ahead and do... Let's do our special mode. Just worried someone will make a gargoyle with sap and just knock people over the head and then turn it into a statue and wait there. Ever-increasing pile of NPCs next to it. I generally don't go for broken stuff. The way I design characters is I think of a theme for the character, and then I choose skills based on that theme. Sometimes it ends up with overpowered stuff, but usually it ends up with suboptimal, but just this random skill out of left field. Like, for example, I'm trying to think of a good one that doesn't spoil anything. For example, I made a gnome that had never actually seen real combat, so all of his spells were around, he was an artificer, were around creating new things and going for being basically a engineer, and then he just ends up in the middle of a combat situation using these weird things to do that. Yours ends up with, oh, I have this fire kobold, it meets with the fire elemental, and I got nothing. Cannot beat the fire kobold. I mean, fire elemental. That would actually be... Now I'm thinking of a fun twist on the disembodied one. Instead of having it be a specter, just have a homebrew that instead of a specter, you end up with a type of elemental with limited skills instead of a haunted soul. Glorious fire servant, teach me the way of not the fire. I am only resistant, not immune. Can't say I've ever actually played a kobold as a player, not... Right, go ahead and let's see if we can do this one. Nope. I am bad at it. So now it's just him. So what we do is one more astral drain. And then we start using the items to pound the living hell out of him. You're a resident small folk enthusiast, so you love the small ones and the obscure ones. I rarely play small races. I have been trying to break myself out of my habits in that regard. So that's one reason why I played a gnome and I've played a Weshelkind. I usually... One build that I want to do that I haven't really had an opportunity to do is a Goliath Cleric. Just a big monk, like, intimidating as hell looking, but like the gentle giant stereotype cleric of a Goliath. Big old boy, healing touch. Big bear energy. And Centaur never allowed a Centaur. Oh. I haven't ran a campaign with a Centaur. I've never played a Centaur either. So I guess you are punching. There is no, like, exit Dragoon form button. Oh! Back to you, big guy. He's in the yellow. We might be able to kill him with one item. Let's find out. I think this will kill him. Or bring him very close to it. Because he's weak to this. Boop. And out of Dragoon form he falls. You had a Centaur in one of the games you ran, would it believe it was a stealth team? Just the cloppity clop sneaking cracks me up, but... I knew it was here. Moon Gem! And death by Lloyd. Dragoon Slayer. Your idea is a silly scout rogue plus stars druid at the minimum guardian of nature spell. Look, it's Lloyd. And Lavitz dies. Good rolls and clever use of enlarge reduce led to them pulling it off. I could see reduce helping with it. I don't know. If I ran a Centaur, I don't think I would be able to in good conscience take stealth, because I have been around horses multiple times. Horses are the least stealthy thing in existence. Literally saw a guy ride a horse into a freaking Taco Bell. I don't think it counts as a service animal if you're riding it. I am the dark and mysterious villain wielding the ancient magics of the underworld. What's your name? Lloyd! Centaur animal handling say it's for self-reflection. God. The bad jokes. I'm not the only one with them. I also have the bad habit of, you know, this is a dark, dramatic scene. I will 100% take the piss out of it any chance I get. That is my ooh, it's a gravity grabber. That is my method of coping. More and more and more. And Shauna leveled up as well. Could have been Sven or Kevin. Could have been Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Ba, 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 ba. I'm debating which is the next Final Fantasy we should cover. We've done Tactics. We've done 6. We've done 1. 7. 8 it. Ninye. Centaur survival. I have found food for us. Points at grass. I mean, technically, you can eat grass. Not gonna taste good. Like how Rose is like, I'm not helping. Been wanting to do a grapple-based Goliath monk, full wrestling theme, because you want to name him Andre the Half Giant. It would be kind of hilarious to just have an Oops All Monk campaign where you literally were just wrestlers. Different wrestler memes. Maybe have some barbarians in there for good measure, but... I think it would be hilarious. God, I do not get used to his eyes on this. Jesus. For the most part, I've been looking at chat while this cutscene's been going along. I already know this part of the story, so I don't have to read it. And then I just look over and his, like, dead fucking stare over there. You know what? I'm going to have to do this. I want to see what that looks like on the internal rendering, just to see how terrifying it is. So you guys are going to get to see the emulation menu. Core options. Enhancement. And it's going to clear off the screen for a minute. God, it's even more horrifying. Just wait until it comes back. Albert, are you okay? You'd also go full rogue Centaur Scout to basically pull off the whole Heroes 5. Centaur runs away and shoots at you after moving without provoking attack of opportunity. Twing! Basically, you are a Mongol archer. They put a decent amount of effort into Rose's face. But look at him. Look at that face. That is the 1,000-yard stare. Absorb it. Love it. God, that's horrifying. Okay, let's go ahead and change it back, because that is actually terrifying to me. Pathfinder 2e had a wrestling archetype, never got to play with that. I haven't played the latest version of Pathfinder. Pathfinder is a lot more crunchy than D&D these days, which can be good for a lot of systems. It can be bad for a lot of systems, depending on how you play. Guys he could finally call friends. Aww. Now I understand why. Dart, Shauna, Heschel, and Rose, Lavitz was my most loyal and strongest knight. At the same time, he was my precious friend. Yes, he was a great guy. I would like to show you my gratitude. Thank you. Didn't know he had the Dragon Buster. If I had known it, I would have stopped Lavitz. It's a weapon from the old world made only to kill dragons. Ratfolk Investigator Medic. In other words, that sounds like Ratlock Holmes. Just saying. Stupid hairless mankin. Yes, need fester plague bandage. Can look for her some other time. But we have something we have to do now. What is that? Found the way thanks to Shauna, didn't you? Plus you get to talk like a Skaven. It's a good system, but it ended up being a bit too crunchy for your group and your limited playtime. Yeah, that's also a big issue. Most play sessions that I get to be a part of are maybe 3 to 4 hours at most. So we end up not being able to go into like super crunchy systems. Otherwise, battle takes forever. We're running into that a little bit with Lancer. Crunchy, very detailed, like nuanced things you can do with calculations. Is probably the way I would describe it. Yeah, number crunching. A lot more detailed. You have like super simplified systems, and you have more theater of the mind systems. Like Vampire the Masquerade can be a bit theater of the mind, whereas D&D is more numbers based. Numbers tell the story, whereas in Vampire the Masquerade you end up more with decisions, and yes, you do roll a bit to see if you succeed at weird stuff, but for the most part it's like, well, this is what my ability says, how can we twist that into another function? I used to do that a lot with Mage the Ascension. That is an interesting magic system, but it is not conducive to groups where you cannot trust the people to not min-max. And you have Danish systems that tell you how a helicopter crashes into a Dutch apartment building no matter where you are. What? I find D&D 5th edition to be the easiest, mainly because of how accessible it is and how many sources of just allowing people to watch others play it there are. It's easier to get people to understand what's going on in it than a lot of other systems. That's literally one of the critical table rolls. Gosh darn it. And has been sealed inside the body of each crown heir because of the fear that the power could bring evil. Sacred object is the secret treasure of Serdio, which has been taken, the moon gem. Where did Lloyd find out about it? I bought his intelligence and employed him as an advisor. Probably he was employed by Imperial Sandora. He is the crown heir of Serdio both in name and reality. The birth of the conqueror King Doel. That would be the end of Basil. War is not over yet. Basil is not finished. Basil. However, as the dragoons of yore lead humans to victory, we still have a chance to overcome. Yeah, the dialogue in this game is... Bought this smarty smart for shiny, shiny monies. This game is very, very... It's 90s. It is that guy are sick levels. It's not the worst I've read, but yes, it is not the best translation. There is a fan translation being worked on that I know of. I don't know how deep they are into it, though. I will show them the full force of my lance, which I learned how to use from Lavitz. He learned how to play with his lance from Lavitz. He got some spear mastery. Nice. As far as our party, Heschel's going to get left behind forever. Shauna and Rose are going to be our main party for now. And Lavitz is forever alone. I'm sorry. Not Lavitz. Albert. God, my brain is not working today. I mean, we did get King Albert out of the can. Alina, oh, we have story. I don't want to skip too much of the story right now, so I will sit on it for a minute. You'd need at least some kind of Alberticus or Albertius the Fallen. I don't know. I think it'd be hilarious to just have the most innocuous sounding villain name ever. My name is Ted the Destroyer. Although, if I remember correctly, isn't that Ted the name of the wizard in Monty Python's Holy Grail? Or am I misremembering? Tim, I knew it was a T. But yeah, there's Tim in that. Just innocuous names for evil things. Tim the Enchanter. He's also in a few video games. Funnily enough. Or references to it, specifically. Need a kobold named Kurt the Stick Torture. Oh. My name is... I am a bard. My name is Benjamin. Wow. It actually translated as Benjamin instead of Ben. Jamming. Who are you who can summon up a fire without flint or tinder? I am the Stick Torture. Kurt the Stick Torture. Because you always have to do your last name first. But yeah, there's a few characters I want to play. As far as D&D characters that are not just complete puns, but the pun ones are fun too. And they usually end up being the ones who have to do like serious shit. My name is Farticus Prime. I am a pestilence paladin. I spread noxious fumes as far as the world can see, and the world depends on me saving your life. You think it was a Civ 4 Fanatics forum? I never actually visited Civ forums. But that would not surprise me, judging by the other game forums I was on. People either chose super serious names or just completely off-the-wall shit. That was back when you could actually get a 3-letter forum name, though. Nowadays... because we've gone all social media and stuff like that, any chance of getting something that's not like 3 or 4 words, much less letters, is wild. Leaving the girl at large is one of your schemes, huh? Yes, it is. It's none of your business. Oh, Lloyd, you are such an evil little prick. Doesn't matter, it will soon hold sway over all of Serdio, and your plan will be completed. Oh no, it's just the beginning. Don't be burned in a red fire. Nobody can stop me. I will not, even if I sell my soul to the devil. Dude's messed up. For some reason, all the mentions of Kobold are now making me think of the Murloc campaign that Gablin ran. I played, what are they called? An anglerfish merfolk. And I was a cleric. You tend to try to be a little more subtle, not always, though. Like, there is a little setting for your writing, and one of your characters is a lady electrician called LED. I was once in a guild in a game called Elemento P. That was elemental themed. The English ones are called Cold Light Murlocs. I think that's what it was. But yeah, basically my entire tribe had been destroyed. Got my trauma thing going there. You hate that you know that? Gablin would love that you know that. That reminds me, I need to actually equip the auto heal on Yana. I like how the backline characters are we leveled up too? And just never to be heard from again. Never to be seen. Never to be touched. Never to be loved. Okay, you get a bracelet. Other armor. You switch on to the leather jacket, and she gets the silver. Because she needs the defenses. Way more. And she also needs therapy ring that lowers her physical defense, but I think at this point it's worth it for the heals. And they just stay back. And you are going to go plate mail. You lose some magic defense for it is the weird thing. So chainmail brings him up 4, but he loses 7 physical. I think this is fine. Sorry, I'm just looking through my stats real quick. But you can see they get like a overall stat boost whenever in Dragoon form. Extra damage, extra defense. They don't get an accuracy boost from it, but I don't mind that too much. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You folks almost let me get away without doing this. More and more and more. Die more and more. I believe is what they say. Can't remember for sure what she says, but I think that's what she says. Okay, this, we go over to the right-hand side. It pops us out there. Then I think we go... No. Is it up? Yes. I can never remember my way through that maze. It's just go in random places until you get the right hole. And yes, we do need to go down to the bottom exit. I think. Because we're going to the green place. Okay, so you can start building up SP. Just go for it. Let's go ahead and use these up to get them out of the way. Shauna. And no, it doesn't matter that she's going over max with that. Any SP gain, whether it is over max or not, counts towards them getting a level. So getting her Dragoon levels is pretty much why I'm doing this. And yes, we can go farm the spirit potions from whatchamacallit, but I'm not going to bother doing that. I forgot to do it between sessions, so it is my loss. The only thing we're going for 100% of is the star dust. Foul farming? I mean, they're called, if I remember correctly, assassin cocks. And I'm not joking. I actually think that's what they're called. It's something stupid like that. Yeah, they're called assassin cock. So, if this video gets demonetized, that's why. It's translations. You thought Woolseyisms were bad. Let me introduce you to Legend of Dragoon. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so now we can't go back down to the prison. Not that we particularly want to. There is a statistically significant part of me that wants to make so many puns with that. It's such a good name for the first random enemy in the game, really sets the tone. I mean, it really does, and it is one of the first random enemies you encounter. There's a few other badly named enemies. Well, that was timing out the ass. That's gonna hurt. And an unnegligible part of me that will name all your swarms of chickens in that next campaign session. Ugly balloon, yeah, the big green guys. Oh man, I'm trying to remember if there's any in Final Fantasy that are like that. Not that come to mind. We've had fighting fowls in this one. Murder befouled. Oh, I'm getting another message real quick. Maybe something is wrong. I don't know. Another thing that I've wanted to do, and I know some people would hate me for even thinking of this, is false Hydra stuff. Okay, as far as where we want to go in here, I'm actually going to stay at the inn. I know I shouldn't. But I did come here because we're out of mana, if I remember correctly, unless that counted as a rest. Oh, it did. We don't actually have to stay there. Okay, we'll save then. Because it's been a while since I've done like a save slot save. You prefer the other false Hydra, the really scary one? I'm afraid to ask. Cut off one head and a bunch of others come in. Okay, we don't have enough to buy the good stuff yet, unfortunately. We're not even at 5,000. We can't buy the halfway good stuff even. We might be able to sell some things, though. Okay, we got Sun's Rhapsodies. We only want 2 of each of those. The sachets we keep for dealing with the big bad guys. We want to keep all of our repeat items. I think we sell the gravity grabber because we don't really care about that. Felt hat can go away. Yeah, we're just selling the extra junk. I'm going to go ahead and sell the leather jacket because we'll probably get another set of armor before then. There we go. We're at 4,600. You have been warned. Is it not safe for work? I've seen so many weird interpretations of Hydra. Okay, as far as what we want to do here, I think we will do... I'm not even going to bother with those. It is safe for work? Okay. Boop. Okay, on to the hard part of this. No pun intended, based on recent conversations. Okay. Enter. Very ick. I'm not actually bothered that much by ick. You, aren't you new here? Don't even think about doing something wrong or I'm gonna bust you. Do you think you really stand a chance against me, good sir? First the dragon dies, then those in Basil lower their guard, and taking advantage of that, attack the royal capital. Even losing the dragon must have been part of the plan. Wait a minute, are we in... Yeah, we're in Kazas. We actually need to do all these. Barrels in the immediate right. But the smiles, God, the smiles. Oh, one bad thing about those that, I mean, I actually kind of like those. Those are entertaining because they're puffballs. But, oh God, what is the name of the... I'm trying to remember his name. Kezu. Yeah, the Kezu. For some reason, that's just making me think of Kezus. And we all know what those look like, I think. I'm not sure anybody really wants to, but Kezus. They're awful. They're terrifying. They are gross. Oh, let's go back to that so I know where all of these are. They say the Battle of the Seventh Fort and Hoax was part of a strategy to completely destroy the knighthood. I mean, it worked. It actually worked. I like creepy smiles. It's also, I also, funnily enough, like it whenever, I'm trying to remember, it's like whenever they have the ducks with dentures kind of thing. Kind of like Nigel and Marmalade. Okay, first door on the right. This one should be upstairs in the messy pile. Look, it's an attack ball. I don't know where she's at after this one. Okay, Flet's after resting in Nello's house. So the next one that we can see We're going to not see her until Flets. But that'll give us our second item. Are you here to register as well? Yeah, sure. A little punk like you would be a drag on everybody. I know what you're thinking. You want to make a killing by taking advantage of victory, don't you? I just registered. It'll be easy money for me. What are you talking about? What do you mean, what? It's the registration to be a mercenary. You said let's rake in some money by joining the Sandoras. Hey, you can't feel so confident anymore. Somebody defeated the dragon. In addition, Helena has fallen. Use the attack ball on the assassin cock. Preferably 2 of them. I mean, considering our luck with the attack ball, it would probably take 2 of them to kill it. Because we get status effect attack items instead of actual damage ones. Take it. Oh! He just gave me 100 gold. I'm happy about it. Okay, so we should be at 16. We are. We got 4 more in here. 1 in the weapon shop, resistance town, resistance town, resistance town shop. Okay. I do think we can get back there to buy those items later. I'm not terribly concerned about missing out on them right now. And it's reminding me of where I live. Twister Glaive, if I remember correctly, is the air elemental glaive. There we go. Yeah, extra damage. It's worth the extra damage, even though he'll deal reduced damage to air guys. And I think weapon shop is further up ahead. I think it's the one up on the end right up there. It's been 20 years since the war started. Can you imagine how many customers came here? Do you want to know? You'll get a kick out of it. Think of it as charity. No, I'm not staying here. But yeah, it's some of the stuff in this game. Cruddy bastards. I am a cruddy bastard, but be nice about it. Saw the soldiers making scary faces and hanging out there. They're scary. Well, yeah, because they feel they are above the law. Can't go to Popo's house. You don't want to go to Popo's house. Do you not remember Popo's rules? And getting past these children. Last few days, the guard became stricter. It seems they're expecting something. Now most of the knights are gone. I wonder if they're afraid of rioting or something. I mean, not touching it, not touching. I'm resisting the urge to make bad comments. Those, well, not bad comments, but comments that'll rile people up. Those 2 rooms in the back are called griping rooms. Your voice can't be heard in the outside, so they're good for releasing stress. The new Sergio party, where people won't assent to being ruled by power, get together and help each other. The new Sergio party is a window to the salvation of the weak. When you are in trouble, rely on us. Sir, you are blocking me from eavesdropping. This is giving me some very strange... You're not high enough in the pecking order to go to Popo's house. Exactly. It's you. It's Popo. And then it like goes down like Popo's stool, dirt, and then you. The motto of the new Sergio party. Most importantly, end the war. The powerless should protect their house. Protect by fighting. I said everything I want to say. It's telling that there's actually a way to monitor them in there. Social commentary didn't think it was gonna be. Oh, we've got a hero. Hi, hero. Can I talk to you a little? You guys look like adventurers too. Well, I can tell from just how you look. Is this true? You have been on a very risky adventure. Well. I could smell it from your aura. Oh, crap. He's going to talk about aura farming, isn't he? By the way, I have a great story to tell you. Because you appreciate the real stuff. Just between you and me, I defeated the dragon, Feybrand. No, you didn't. We did. You freaking liar. Oh, you don't trust me? Then take a look at this. This is the feather of the Feybrand. No, it's not. Whoa, don't touch it. You'll be poisoned by it. I want to introduce this great product to you. Oh. It's a powerful drug that even beats dragons. The Dragon Beater. For a limited time offer, I'll give you this dragon's feather for free. Aura, no, we just haven't showered since the journey started. How I feel with looking at Expedition 33's characters in their cinematics are always like caked. I was lying. Oh, this is why you shouldn't lie. The left of... Okay, it says weapon shop to the left of the shopkeeper's counter. There we go. We got that one. What do you have? Oh. You have to be on the right side of the counter. Do I bother with the heat blade? That just increases regular defense. Which could be nice. Our May is kind of the same thing, but they're... I don't know whether I want to be like saving my money or just get these. And then we'll get her the longbow. And him the heat blade. Then we sell all of our old crap. And hopefully make back at least enough to get up to... No, we're not even getting up to 4,500. We are going to get to 4,300, maybe? I'm debating whether I should actually just sell these stones, by the way. I don't really have a use for them unless we're running across specific enemies. By the time I know I need those, it's going to be too late to equip those. And that's an extra 500 gold right there. But do I regret them later if I don't keep them is the question. That I don't know. My God, I lost the key to my home. I think the back entrance is open, but I don't want to be stuck there. The back entrance. I forget if there's anything I can I can try to come in from this side. The sentimental sound. I don't know what he means by he doesn't want to be stuck there. Suppose I could try squeezing through. If you'd move twiddly butt, I can get in there. Thank you. Where did you leave your key? How do I open his door for him? It feels like there should be something in here, but I am not finding anything. I am clicking on everything. If there's something I'm supposed to be doing in there, I don't know what it is. Yeah, if there's something in there, I'm just not seeing it, so we're just going to leave it alone. Don't care anymore. I just reached the point where it's like, nah, I don't care. Don't wander around. You don't want to be busted. Stay at home. Well, damn, son. Act like we can't beat two of the guards. I think we can. Okay. The next three are in Resistance. There's one in Resistance Town in the upper house, bookshelf on the upper level. Resistance Town shop in the foreground barrels, and Resistance Town shop in the barrels just before the staircase. Extra, extra. The entire force of the Imperial Knighthood occupies Bale. The entire... Okay, extra, extra. Under the ground over there is a fort. Of course, it was used as a fort a long time ago. Now there are temporary houses for those of us who lost theirs during the war. That would actually be a fairly secure place to be. Although it's not built very well, so that's an entirely different discussion. Okay, Resistance Down, upper house, bookshelf on the upper level. They cleaned it up and made it livable, and now they're just blocking my walking path. We are short of medicine. I wonder how long we will have to endure this. Yeah, they can't even treat basic stuff. That's what generally happens in slum towns. I mean, it's not a good thing, but it has been almost 8 years since then. I've never been in a world with peace. A world without war. I mean, technically speaking, if you're Gen X or later, you have not been in a world without war. And technically, before that, you haven't been in a world without war. It's just they didn't call it war. Unfinished because it used to, because you have like Cold War and stuff like that, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Which, if I remember correctly, isn't technically considered a war. It's considered a... Crap. Brain's farting. I am apologizing. Looks very unfinished because it used to be a fort, but it's very durable. There's too many stairs for me, though. Aw, poor old man. That's number 17. Sorry, no, that's number 18. Get two more here. Then in flets we get 7, I think. Yeah, 7. The war doesn't produce anything. It just spreads death for naught. We don't have anything to eat. We go outside to the city and pick edible plants, although being outside is dangerous. I mean, yeah, I know. I've been attacked outside. I can attest to this. There's some pretty strong boys out there. Hi, guy. It's between you and me. Don't tell other people. Listen, actually. There's something called the griping room in the city. I mean, yeah, we already know about this. Did King Albert really get caught? No, he's no longer in the can. We have to help each other to live, and this concept is the basis for the new Serdio party. Why don't you rely on us when you are in trouble? New Serdio party is a club for the weak. Why don't you rely on them when you are in trouble? Okay. Are we technically weak, though? We're about to topple an entire city. Okay, so I think this is... Yeah, this is the weapon shop. So we have one there. And barrels just before the staircase. That's the healing guy. Think we go for some dark mists. How many attack items do we already have, by the way? We have 2 spinning gales left, so I need to buy probably 3 or 4 dark mists. Just so we have attack items. Okay, so that is 19 and 20. That means we'll get a good MP booster next time we have that. You're making the centaur. That is fine. If I made a character on stream, I think people would laugh at how long it takes me. So the fact that you're able to make one in a reasonable amount of time is pretty good on you. We got fake shield and fake power wrist. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we want to particularly get rid of. Slightly tempted by these, but at the same time, it's not as good as just the actual full-on things. And we could just leave here and go buy them. Speaking of which, I do need to flash the recording, I just realized. There we go. Hello. Welcome to the ruins of the underground fortress. You guys look like new faces. You want to join the new Serdio party, don't you? Want to let you in, but I need to ask you 3 questions. I have to check you out. First question, which country do you want to win? Basil or Sandera? I cannot say which. Not winning or losing. I think so too. Always hate or spite remains after the fight, regardless of whether you win or not. Second question. During the war, what should the powerless kids like us do? Take care at home. We cannot send kids to battle, but somebody has to take care of the people fighting, have some place to come back to. I agree. There are some things we too can do. Last question. Why do people have to fight? Protect something. You people should only fight to protect something. I learned that from my grandpa. A good grandpa. You are. I am Popo. Ah, we found Popo again. Moving fan because it's getting warm. Sorry if I'm far away. Fitting spells as a horseman. Infestation. Primal savagery. Jump. Longstrider. Thunderwave. Yes, yes. You have to turn around to cast Thunderwave. If you get my drift. Fear Thunderwave. Ah. But we found Popo. Just adjusting how I'm sitting because my back was starting to hurt. There we go. Just slap my own arse and apply jump, and then that's how it works. Sage nod. Now, I have actually thought about like which ways to subtle cast things as a character. That's one reason why I have the salves for M. Is in case we're in an area that is extremely anti-magic or they're suspicious of magic, you can always just be rubbing a salve on and cast it that way. I am Albert, the King of Basil. Oh my god, you are King Albert! Sorry for the squeaks. Adjusting microphone. Two kids got the flips, Jesus. I've been waiting for this day to come, the day King Albert liberates Kazas and sets us free. That's what we're here for. We will end the war now. No, we won't. You'll try. You'll probably fail. I don't think these few people can break through the defenses of the Black Castle. We can't tell you how, though. They say that the power once was the card that liberated humans from Winglies. So at one point he was, in fact, Prince Albert. Yes, he was. He was indeed. Second. There we go. Oh, it's like a dream. Now I can go look for my father and mother when the war ends. They're probably dead, kid. I am just a kid, but I can show you how to get into the castle. We're still going to fight every soldier we see. Because XP is XP and gold is gold. We'll come back after we prepare. Got it. I'll be waiting in the secret path. Please hurry up. I mean, we're just going to go straight to him. We're, of course, going to save. I do find it unfortunate that I can't save to memory card 2. Because the way I have this set up is memory card 2 is basically our universal save slot. I do need to empty some stuff out of it, but it's our universal save slot. So I can do a bunch of, yeah, that's just nothing we need. Stuff where they can interact with each other. Okay. F2, F... I am in the wrong window. There we go. Oh, Lord. World needs to be less warm. Are you ready to go into the Black Castle? Yeah, absolutely, I am ready. I am fine with this. Go ahead and move that back up there. Oh, it's caught. Sorry for the clang. Rang our own bell there. Just trying to tuck that over there so it's not dragging across my leg like that. There we go. That's irritating. Ah. Yeah, but was he thrown in jail as prince? Is a question we should probably have. And yes, I feel like making your refrigerator running joke after the Prince Albert in a can thing. Those are like the classic cliche prank phone call phrases. We'll defeat Dole and end the war to prevent a repetition of the sorrow of you and Celeste. Bruh. Sorry if you can hear fan in the background. Deal with it. I hate to be so callous about it, but... Oh. I am, like, sweating like a dog. Rose just goes ahead. If I remember correctly, yeah, we have this weird little ziggy-zaggy place. Like an ant repository. An ant hill. And no, we can't run through most of it because we're crawling or walking. Yay! So stingy with gold in this. I get no dopamine from item drops. No, unless it's like very specific things. Okay, so that's just a dead end. I think this is another treasure. It is not. We don't have enemy encounters in here anyway. So it really is just kind of wasting your time a little bit. By having the dead ends. Which is a little bit sad. That's not necessarily a great design thing, but this was still when game design was, I wouldn't say in its infancy, but teenage years. Because we had like the infancy where everything was just jank and we hadn't figured out how people intuitively interact with things. That would be the 80s and early 90s. This is the end of the 90s, early 2000s, whenever we've kind of figured out the basics of that. We figured out storytelling in a video game as a medium, but we haven't really quite reached the point of understanding pacing properly. So that's kind of where this one was developed. And there's always kind of a bit of a mixed lag as well. You'll have companies that are right on the bleeding edge and actually do really well. And I'm moving that over. Do really well at setting the pacing and all that stuff and keeping up with things we've learned from other games in modern events. And then you'll have ones that are kind of lagging behind. Those are usually your AAA studios. And yes, Sony at this time would have been considered a AAA studio. Although I have to say, the budget for this, nothing compared to even like AA games nowadays. And I failed. And yes, she will start getting more SP each time she levels up her Dragoon level. Even though she doesn't have additions. Okay, so we don't have to worry about anything until the next disc, because there's 20 in the first disc. I can move my mouse. Just barely, it's almost out of reach. 15 on disc 2, 11 on disc 3, 4 on disc 4. Like half of them on disc 2 are literally in the first town. And no, I don't mind taking the fights. There are strange noises going on outside. I don't think it's anything I need to be concerned about, but they're strange noises. That wasn't enough to kill the Doge. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just go ham on it. Yeah, the goal is to get her up to dragon level 2 in here. So she'll, 1, have 40 mana, and 2, so she'll actually be getting a reasonable amount of SP per attack. You jerk. That's one reason why I'm actually taking the attacks with her, even though she's not getting addition points. I am bad at doing those. Whenever I've leaned back, for some reason, does it cut off the blood flow to my brain? Don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm just not quite. Footrest. Stop. Footrest got stuck on a board on the floor. But yeah, once I'm leaning back, maybe it's just my distance from the screen. Maybe there's some kind of weird delay in my brain. But yeah, I do still find this game relaxing to play. Even though it has that real-time aspect in combat. Just playing a turn-based game in general for me. Even things like Expedition 33 were actually relaxing to play for the most part. And I do appreciate that as just part of the experience. Because that's one thing that I am working on while streaming, is actually relaxing a bit more and feeling like less like I have to be completely in full go YouTuber mode. Just chilling and relaxing. And I need to work on that while I am streaming. I'm not streaming as well, while I'm doing reviews as well. Because I'll often, whenever I'm recording the audio for those, feel the urge to speak YouTuber. Which is the over-the-top kind of pushing your voice forward, rather than just letting it chill and actually have a discussion kind of situation. Well, if I could chill and actually hit the things, I would be doing a lot better. And worth noting, low levels to get the D level up are actually different. They get the same whenever they get up to like 3 and 4, the amount of XP required for those. But at the low levels, you have, I think it's Dart and Rose require 1200 for level 2, whereas Shauna only requires 1000. 2 of the later characters require 1000 and 2000 each to get up to level 3. Which is less than what we need to get to level 3 ourselves. So we end up with these kind of situations where, I guess if you played it a certain way, you could end up with characters being really, really easy to level up as far as SP goes. If you just hadn't used them for a while and they'll just surge up all at once. So it's a good way to get them caught up. If I remember correctly, it is just based on which character it is. So the characters you get last level up a lot faster than the characters you get first. Wow, we could not break that guy. He's going to straight up die to Rose. Even if we miss our more and more. Which I'd rather not miss, because it actually gives me good SP and damage if we get it leveled up. Do I need anybody to block? I think I'm actually going to have Rose block for a turn just to get her a bit closer to 400. Now I'm trying to think of what class I'd like the gargoyle to be. Just the idea of the big stone guy was kind of neat. If only you could have a humanoid as your beast as a ranger or something like that. I think it'd be hilarious to be a gargoyle statue that literally just has a human beast as sort of like a servant and does all their like day-to-day stuff. It's kind of like vampires with their, I'm trying to remember what they're called. Not ghouls. It's another term for them. Retainers used sometimes, but basically the human servant that can go out during the day. Shauna is contributing to my laziness. I am finding it far too easy to just be like, I just press button to attack, and I don't have to think about anything. We would need 10,000 gold to get that on a normal character. For the most part, we're not taking near as much damage as we did on the first playthrough. We don't know whether it's just because we haven't gotten more levels. I don't think. I would have to go back and double check to be sure, but I don't think we got more levels. There'll be an ad in a few minutes. I don't think we're going to hit any big story beats in that time. Mostly we're just going to be cleaning out these areas for treasure and stuff. I'm getting better at spotting it. I'm not great at it. I am a professional streamer. I pay attention to the game, right? What I'm supposed to do, huh? Or am I supposed to talk about just random chat stuff? Technically, if I wanted to be like the big streamers, I would be talking about the dramas and the llamas. Actually, I probably wouldn't be talking about the llamas. I don't have any beef with Mr. Llama. I do find his videos a bit rambly, but he's a speedrunner. You can only be so rambly whenever you're finishing the game fast. Okay. Time to start some then. I mean, I probably could. But actually, it's not drama. But Gablin did suggest that I do some more discussion-y streams, and I was thinking about maybe trying that a little bit. Covering some of these summer game fests and stuff like that. And just discussing the release notices. I think I would do standalone videos for them so I can actually research on them rather than speaking off the cuff, though. Are you here to see my research? Or are you here to see my research? You guys have the biggest followers. Either way, we are pleased. We like when mercenaries like you have an interest in our research. Indeed, recently, barbaric pseudo-style attacks have become common, but if our research is successful, it will reduce the casualties of war. For example, that white flame? It has a healing power. And that green flame isn't extinguished by water. When we put it to practical use, it will provide an advantage in war. But I've never seen such technologies. It's like magic. You don't need to know about that. There are already enough of us involved in this accursed research. Yes, our job is to fight. There are too many things we don't know about this power. Oh, your job is to fight. If you get involved too much, you might end up like Mr. Magi. Too late for that guy. We have to complete his research before it's too late for Sendora. I will end the war, but can we ask you a little more? What kind of function does this purple flame serve? Oh, it serves all kinds of functions. Purple flame drives the elevators and lifts. It helps people's lives. That's the proper way of usage. But the war decides the usage now. Yes, even if this technology could be used for the happiness of the people, once it is used wrongly, it may bring unhappiness. What we are making may bring unhappiness to the people in Basil. Wow. These guys do not speak normal. I agree, this research is, after all, based on the calamity caused by the dragon. Sad thing for both the people and the dragon. The dragon is involved in this research. Oh, yeah. Now back to the research. Let me give you some magic oil. This is the fuel for the purple flame. It gives you mobility. Lets us use the elevators. Imagine having to carry around a just bottle of oil to use elevators. Or in our case, in the real world, it'd be like a bottle of gasoline. Bad things would happen. I guess we'll take the free heal. Now. Be healed, my brothers and sisters. Let me lay my hands and cast out those demons. Okay, so we got ads, so I'm just going to mostly clear out some of these trash mobs and get myself some treasure from said trash mobs while the ad is running. Those of you on the other end don't see the ads. I might have to get a drink refresh after a while, though. I was up all morning cooking, if you're wondering why I'm not like super Mr. Peppy all over the place. Ho ho! Yeah, I was up. I start streaming at 7 a.m. And I was up at about 2 a.m. and then I started cooking at about 4 a.m. Because I have the sleep schedule of teenager, I guess. For the past about month, it's been just like all over the place. No matter what time, like I will try to go to sleep and even possibly successfully get to sleep at a normal hour, but I will always wake up at like 3 a.m. So I've been trying to be productive with that. But it doesn't always end well. Okay, I'm going to start in on you. I think we might be slightly higher level than before. Because I think we got die more and more after this. Excuse me. In this area. Did not mean to burp right into the microphone. Hopefully it wasn't horribly offensive sounding. I need you to shift that window over so I can actually see chat instead of just where the Stardust is. Go ahead and keep guarding. We'll get you up to a decent amount of life. I need to get the item that gives us SP per turn so I can put it on her instead of the healing one. And then we'll probably shift the healing over to... Actually, we might not even put it over... Oh, she got a new dragon level already. But yeah, I want to get it on her because she's fast. And that'll get her a lot of just SP. We could even just sit there and defend to boost her SP up to new level points. The ad has ended. I think we take out the dog first. 125, not bad. Oh, we must have... I think we might have gotten die more and more up to level 2. Because I think that was more damage than she normally does with it. Oh, God. No, she has decent magic defense. She'll be fine. Still a decent chunk of damage, but... Rose is going to have to do some recovery turns. It's not the end of the world. Do you find it funny that Dart is just like, I don't care about taking damage? Now, whenever we do Final Fantasy VIII, I am on the fence as to whether I want to do some cheese. There is cheese in Final Fantasy VIII where you can end up with just like thousands of life at the very beginning. As soon as you can buy tents, pretty much, you can start turning them into something to junction to your life to make you pretty much ungodly durable. You can do the same with attacks if you're willing to grind a bit more than that, but yeah, in Final Fantasy VIII, the way the systems interact with each other leads to just the demand that you break stuff. But that's going to be decent distance in the future. I'm not even sure what we're going to be covering after Legend of Dragoon. I'm thinking maybe Shadow Hearts, but it might be another Final Fantasy and then Shadow Hearts. Because we've already done 3 of the Final Fantasies I wanted to cover. Tactics, 1, and 6. 8 is on the short list, so is 5. 2 is one that we need to do just for mechanical discussion. It's not exactly a great Final Fantasy. I like the mechanic of it. It was one of the first games that said use it or lose it. But... Hello, Doctor. We meet at last. You? Who are you? I know you are the thieves who have come to steal my magic. No excuse. Let him. He seems interesting. Take this, the steel shearing vacuum blade. It failed. Why doesn't the magic work? Why doesn't it shear them? That was still under research. I'll show you this. Take the rock crushing thunder arrow. Meh. Take cast iron. Those dumb researchers of trashy stuff said something to you, didn't they? Shut up. I have already made the discovery, the secret of a magic that those losers could never hope to know. The magic of transformation can only be known by someone like myself, who completely understands the magical power of dragons. I'll show it to you now. Cerberus, emerge! Woof. Yes, it requires more research to be controlled by humans, but at least in the end, he amused us. But now he's permanently a dog. We're gonna just ignore the ethical quandaries of this. We're just leaving a dude in dog form forever. And yes, we're gonna go ahead and just gather the stones. I know we'll need them later. I just don't feel like walking all the way back for it. The other one is downstairs over here on the right, if I remember correctly. It should be a red stone. And then we have yellow stone that we get a bit further in. Nobody can become happy without making somebody else unhappy. That is the universal truth. That is not true. Ugh. It makes me rage on the inside every single time I read that line. Generally speaking, if you make somebody else happy, it doesn't require making somebody else unhappy. Am I making somebody else unhappy by streaming? No. Are you making somebody else unhappy by watching the stream? No. I mean, if the stream is making you unhappy, why are you here? This is supposed to be a chill hangout place. If I remember correctly, isn't there some treasure in these rocks? I forget what we can do to, like, when we click on them, what it does. But yeah, in Final Fantasy VIII, you can get Tornado and Curaga super early and get really high strength, and Translite is an attack item. There it is. It's just an AoE one. No, it's an individual one. Okay, so we have plenty of individual target skills. But yeah, it's... Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII is just really easy to get kind of early cheese. Time-consuming for some of it. Some of it requires doing the whole guess what we're doing. Basically going after the... Playing... Triple Triad, I believe is what it's called. The card game. For way too much time. Make yourself at home. Let's go ahead and let that come back up. I'm going to see what happens if we click those a few times. Does nothing that I'm aware of. How would you feel if your entire job was literally just pulling that lever to add and dump trash? I have worked more mundane jobs than that before. But I'm not sure. I mean, although generally speaking, that would leave you a lot of like mental energy and even just time if you were to do like voice to text. You could do a bunch of writing that way. Just while you're sitting there doing the lever, just speak to it. Late game is super cheesable too. So many bosses scale off of your level, not your junctions, that your unused party members can wipe the floor with most of it. Doesn't it go by like average level of the party though? Or does it go by active party? I can never remember for sure because I have only played it a few times. Yeah, Charm Potion is not written properly. Just adjusting in my chair so I don't... Ow! Active for the most part? Okay. Whacked my elbow on my fan. There's one that is specifically scaled off of Squall. If I remember correctly, isn't that the fight against what's his face? Gray coat guy. Cypher. There we go. My brain was just not remembering his name, and I'm not even positive that's his name. I don't think we have anything special in here. Griever. It's one of the last fights. Oh. Beast Fang is equipment for what's his face? And getting item drops in this seems like the better way to get the gold. Okay, time to fight these guys. It's going to be 3 fights in a row. We'll be fine. Hello. You had such good luck sneaking into the practice center, didn't you? Catch 'em. Gotta catch 'em all. Dragoon Chew. Should I play the Pokemon games? I think people would hate watching me play the Pokemon games, because those just become grind holes for me. Yeah, next level for everybody is 2000 SP. So we're not going to get that in this dungeon, I don't think. Did I really miss that one? Butts. Butt chucks? Nunchucks used with your buttocks. That is something that's going to end up in a video game eventually. Not one you'll find on reputable platforms, but it's probably going to be one that ends up there. Now, if only all 3 of them would come fight us all at once rather than one at a time, they might have actually stood a chance. Three on 3 seems a lot more fair. Oh, we got fear on him. Think he'll kill it. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to do a bit of healing. She might kill it, but eh. Yep, double damage. For some reason, I was thinking it was only like 50% more damage, but I'm wrong. Sorry, bud. You don't get to live very long. It just doesn't work that way. I should make some French fries later. What I was cooking this morning, by the way, was hamburgers for putting in the fridge. I hate handling raw meat, but hamburgers do taste good. Yeah, it's straight double damage fear. How close are we to getting her more and more up? I don't think it's very close. We are getting all the healing potions in the freaking world, though. Which is a little disconcerting. Yeah, we've already gotten it to level 2. That's one reason why we're doing okay damage with it. But right now, Burning Rush seems to be our best SP source. I think it goes up as we continue to level, so it's going to be like 100 and something at the end, if I remember correctly. Okay, so that's up as well. I forget which one we're supposed to go in first. I think it is this one. You are here, the girl from Celeste. You took me away to Helena. Yep. Indeed, I am the one who assaulted Celeste under the orders of Emperor Dole. Oh yeah, no, he didn't. That was done by the brutal unit loyal to Frugal. I wouldn't let them kill unnecessarily if I were there. Anyway, it doesn't change the fact that Imperial Sandora scourged Celeste. If you want revenge for your home, you can draw your sword against me. But please, do me one last favor. His Majesty Dole changed after the shadow showed up. He must have instilled something into Emperor Dole, a demonic word that ignites his desire to vanquish. You were able to make it here, so you might be able to do it. I beg you, wake Emperor Dole up. Yes, if you can accomplish that, the Imperial Sandora's dominance will end, and we might even be defeated by Basil. The result will be the same if the current oppression of Emperor Dole continues. So we might as well make it happen faster and remove the hardships on our people. There was a man like this in Sandora. Lavitz would be happy to... Aww, Lavitz! Again. So are you in? Yep, we're here to do that. Now take this with you. We've got all our balls! What is this? It's the key to the Chamber of Emperor Dole. It doesn't ever mention that you need 3 of them until you actually get to the room and see the 3 holes and kind of have to deduce it. Wake him up! Least you could have is a more convenient elevator, bud. Okay, so we have an elevator and a staircase to go through. Elevator on the left, staircase on the right. We just won't do the puzzle where we need to put in the 3 balls. Can you not just go straight for her face? I mean, he really does literally go straight for her face. I don't know why. That's an awful brutal attack by a dog. Usually they're trained to go for arms and legs. Because that's easier to tug someone around and throw them off balance. Going for the throat basically exposes them a lot more to, say, like bayonets and stuff. Rose, get the job done. It really is interesting to see how the combat in games like this did evolve. It is a very, very strange thing. I have a feeling this is not the way we want to be going. I think there's a treasure chest in the other one, but we do need to kill this guy. This guy's a pain in the ass. It's the same guy we saw before. It's one of the elites. So let's go ahead and start using... We're going to use up the junk items first. That we don't have just like bulk of one thing of. Just do as much damage as possible as quickly as possible. He is water, so that was strong against him. Wait, I think that's water. He might be darkness. Yeah, I think he's either darkness or water. So if we do translite. Yep, he's darkness. Okay. So we could have probably just opened with just a translite and knocked him out in one turn. But we don't know their weaknesses off the start of this. I don't think that guy respawns. He does not. I think that is the way to Emperor Dole. I think we do want to come up this way first. Nope, that is Dole right there. Well, not the guy, the way to him. So yeah, that's the place we go last. Everywhere else, we're fine to explore. Because everyone knows in RPGs, you do progress last. Of course, first things first. Get our loot out here. These people are servants of Emperor Dole. This will be something to do with war. I don't want to help them fight, but I want to resist against Dole. Dole will use magic for war. Very strange ways they phrase their reactions to magic, by the way. How it's like, this doesn't make us happy. Or what are they gonna Marie Kondo their lives for war or something? Get the hell out of my way, man. Spirit ring, that's the one I was looking for. Armed Shauna, you now have Spirit ring. You're going to stay on power risk because you are still the highest damage source we have. I think we're going to switch you over to a therapy ring. For now, we're eventually going to go back to the physical ring because the buff from it is just going to be way better. Especially whenever we start getting into like 4-digit life totals, an extra 500 life is not a small amount, especially considering how much of a healing difference it makes. Because right now we're sitting at, with Dart, we get 57 on a defense, and then we get 57 per turn on top of that. So that's 114. With our physical ring, we would be getting 80 something per turn on a defense. But now with the SP thing, we can just sit there and defend with Shauna, and she'll just constantly getting SP towards her D level. So she'll level up, not super fast, but fast enough that it's worth it to keep her in the party. Because right now she's super fragile, her attack is weak. We might as well just be defending and soaking damage with her rather than... Am I getting a message? Today has been a very messagey day. There we go. Not something I have to worry about. It's some developer news that I was following to see what the consensus was on it. It seems that I was kind of right on the consensus. A lot of people, I don't say a lot of people, there's been a number of instances recently where there's been developers or even publishers, and this has happened for time immemorial, but it's more prominent now that social media is such an ingrained presence in our lives, where they're trying to build up some kind of reaction to protect them against what they view as a wrong against them, which actually is not a bad thing to do. I actually think that is a viable strategy to basically, I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. What's the best way to phrase it? It's a good way to draw attention to a problem or an exploitation and get it known to the wider public. Of course, you can always just escape the judgment by moving to a different community or stuff like that, but YouTubers talk, developers talk, etc., etc., etc. But there's been a steady increase in the rate at which bad actors are trying to use it to garner sympathy. Like, oh, my publisher just took away control of the store from you. Or, well, we're going to have to shut down the studio because we're getting negative reviews and we didn't make enough money back. When the reality is, or the one that I'm referencing with the might have to shut down the studio, it's actually because they were trying to be canceled. So they were trying to get the anti-woke, the grumlings, to side with them, which is a shitty idea to begin with. It's a very transient mob. Although they probably don't like the word transient, because they probably don't comprehend what it means. Yes, I will gladly call grumlings fucking idiots. But you see this happening more and more and more and more, where the bad actor is trying to garner support by obfuscating some information. And it kind of dilutes it where the good actors can't use this tactic to actually, deal with bad actors. And on top of that, it causes issues where we're going to have to put the orbs in the holes. It's fine. But it does cause issues for good actors trying to draw attention to problems, but it also still gets support for the bad actors, funnily enough. The most recent one that I'm thinking of, I'm not going to name names, is actually trying to get some attention over a Steam issue, and it sounds more and more like they were in breach of contract rather than just an arbitrary, oh, the publisher's trying to take my stuff from. No. Sounds more like you didn't finish your game. The publisher was sick of your dumping money into you. It was like, we've either got to fix this or mitigate our losses. And hate to break it to you, but business is business. Even if you have a cool game concept, if you take $2 million or enter a $2 million contract to finish your game and then sell it through a publisher, you better get that game done. Otherwise, publisher gonna be pissed. And they're probably going to do what they can to get their money out of it. Because if you don't finish that game, you are in breach of contract. And from the sound of it, it sounds like they just didn't finish the game. Okay. We've got 2 more fights in here, if I remember correctly. Big old boy in the hallway here. Hi, big old boy. It's not human. Congo. Oh, we got armor. Gigantos don't lose twice. Gigantos make payback for hoax. For His Majesty Door. If I remember correctly, we get Congo back. And excuse me, by the way. I just realized that me swallowing was showing up on the audio thing. I was like, ew. Probably sounds awful. Since we don't care about attack balls, we're going to go ahead and use attack ball. At least it was a damage one. Okay, you. How are we looking on damage items? We've got 10. So I think we go spinning gale on you because you are Earth. And then we do one from Rose as well. He's not even in the yellow. This should do over 400, if I'm guessing the math properly. Oh, it didn't. Only 396. That sucks. Do I burn? Yeah, we have enough to burn it. The next guy is Shadow, so we're probably not going to be able to do anything with that. Didn't factor in the armor. He didn't even get a turn. We still won. Shauna should level up, yeah. Oh, we all leveled up. Nice. Rush dance. There goes his armor again. Gigantos with strongest armor lost. Me brother of hero has pride. Cannot live disgrace. Kill me. As you... Nope. Stop it. The game is already over. Don't be silly. This is a matter of life or death. I mean, yeah, but still. It's over. He cannot fight. It was his mistake. Giganto's strength comes from nudity. Ah, so he's a barbarian. If I remember correctly, we do get him later. I think he is actually a party member. Okay, how are we looking on mana? We're fine. Addition-wise, we're Burning Rush is almost done. I'm not looking forward to doing Crush Dance. Crush Dance irritates me. As far as our equipment for this upcoming fight, I put him up to 900, it'd be 90 something versus 120, 132. No, we don't care about it just yet. I think we just keep this setup. I probably should put Shauna on the healing item. I'm going to quick save before the fight just to be safe. Giganto strength. I wonder how you could come all the way here. Silly daredevils. We're not daredevil, we can see. You must be Dole. Okay, uncle, do you remember me? I am the son of your late brother, Albert. Are you now? I did not believe it. You do not seem like a worthwhile brother. Isn't today Saturday? If I would have known, I would have lurked. Move that over there. There we go. You remind me of Carlo 20 years ago. A bloodstained corpse in front of me. Why did you kill him? Why did you murder him? Why did you have to divide Sergio by killing my father? Yeah, he had to save him from the incapable leader. He had to do all his judgment-y stuff. And yep, time for more. You know, despite this having like hardly any pixels, yes, it's a PlayStation 1 game. It's not going to have massive resolution. I have to admit that I miss the days of the models actually acting stuff out. That was something that I was noticing a lot in Expedition 33 as well. In a lot of RPGs, it feels like we have found that the best budget option is just to have the faces talking at each other in like little dialogue windows. I miss when this was the norm, where we had them articulating their, like, not articulating, emphasizing their words with physical actions. Final Fantasy Tactics is exceptionally good at this. This one's okay. But then we have stuff like, I'm trying to remember the name of the game. It's the Diablo, not the Diablo, the D&D game that only used SRD stuff because they didn't license it through Hasbro. It would be, oh, crap, I'm forgetting the name of it. They're coming out, Solasta, there we go. Divinity Original Sin was bad about it too. Baldur's Gate 3 is not. You miss pre-rendered backgrounds? Pre-rendered backgrounds have a lot of nostalgia for me. But that is something that I think if indie studios picked up on it, it would go over pretty well. And frankly, there are a few spots in Expedition 33 that take inspiration from that. But I think if indie studios took advantage of that more, I think people would actually appreciate it coming back. The only downside is it's hard to scale to wider screens. So that's one thing that people complain, oh, it doesn't work in my ultra-wide monitor. I mean, who cares? I have black bars on my stream. It's fine. Do you guys mind the black bars? Some of you might. I personally don't care. As long as the actual game in the active game window looks good, it can be a vertical game for me. I like Downwell, for God's sake. Speaking of which, I should play that again. And it looks like it's a mobile game on a freaking computer. Okay, this guy is purple, so he's darkness. Oh, I did not mean to guard there. I meant to go to items. As both a JRPG and Resident Evil fan, pre-rendered backgrounds are near and dear to your heart. I feel that. Let's go for Spearfrost first. And then we can just use the weaker ones later. The weaker ones are probably going to do like 60 damage. Try to take a wild guess. Although I've been guessing way off for a while now. Although we could also just go Dragoon mode. Let's do that. For you, the pre-rendered backgrounds make you think of the French game Time Commando. Why does Time Commando sound familiar? While she's doing her I'm posing like a magical girl thing. Let's go look at that. That looks so familiar. I don't think I've actually played it, though. I think I might have watched a speed run on it. Oddly enough. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I watched a speed run on it. Okay, you... Let's do Star Children first. I forget if she gets the wheel. I know the other ones do. I should probably check that. Well, we're still in light mode. This weekend's dark characters, so he is weakened. I'm gonna whack you with my Star Children. That did jack all damage, but that's just because of what it is. Flame Shot, I think is still the best choice. He's already in the yellow. But I think he has a second phase, so we don't want to like completely blow all of our items right away. Because I think he turns Dragoon for his second phase. You want to play tough? Let's play tough. We get to see his transformation! Yay! You bought it in a box. It was Electronic Arts CD-ROM Classics re-release later in the 90s. You played on your IBM Aptiva. Yeah, the armor in this in general does look wowish. But yeah, when I looked up the Time Commando game, it showed me the PlayStation 1 version. Hey DF, how goes it? May you lurk well. Hopefully the rest of your day is going all right. Yeah, he has gone Angie mode. Did he? Oh yeah, we used up all of our mana already. Let's see, do we get the circle thing with her? Nope, we just shoot him in the face. And as far as Dart goes, we'll do more flame shots. He's already in second stage. Ready for some Sammy boy? Ah, getting serious today. I was watching a video recently and they talked about Serious Sam and how it actually has a puzzle in one of its games that you can just shoot to complete. And that made me happy. Okay, magic. Astral Drain, because we need that heal.
Astral Drain.
It is very Serious Sam. Butt heals. And now he's probably going to get a good attack on us now that we've all gone out of Dragoon mode. He's not even yellow. Jesus. Go ahead and guard. There's another AoE. This is going to hurt more than the last one. It's going to be over 100, I think, on each. Shauna should defend herself. But it's still going to be a solid amount of damage because she doesn't have Dragoon armor now. Woof! Item. Yeah, healing potion on her. We want to not waste our revival items. If I remember correctly, the yellow window is like, it's really low. It's not 50%. And we do have healing breezes if we need them. I'll use them from Dart. He's going to do this every time, isn't he? He has other attacks. No, this fight drags on a lot. I'm giving you the look. It dragoons a lot, too. I wasn't sure if it was an intentional pun or not, but it hit me as pun. Let's go ahead and just healing breeze everybody. I just have all the bad puns in me. It's just what it is. Speaking of bad puns, we will go for... Why are you not even in yellow yet, you son of a nugget? Watch him heal from this or something. Or be immune to it. No, 155 is not bad. Yeah, we don't have any more ice, so it is dark mode. It is. Everybody likes a little bit of dark mode. In Skyrim, there's a place called the Soul Cairn, Open a Skyrim themed gym and call it the Swellcarn. I mean, you're not wrong. For some reason, it's just reminding me of how Josh Strife Hayes is doing Dark Souls. He's Thunder, okay. And now I don't think he takes any damage, does he? Worst MMO ever series would be Josh Strife Hayes. I'm forgetting what the mechanic with his shield is. He is doing a crap ton of damage to me with this, even with our shields up.
It's a waste.
If you would kindly stop using the shield, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, for God's sake. I don't remember him constantly casting it back to back. And it's actually starting to piss me off. Let's go ahead and see. Dual shield. Legend of Dragoon. Shield randoms, blah, blah, but can be broken by dealing enough damage during the shield's duration. Guarding is recommended, but healing may still be necessary. Shield just vanishes when he does another animation. Let's actually look at something that's not bullshit AI. I'm just reading this stuff. During the battle, blah, blah, blah. Well, thank you for not giving me any goddamn information, you piece of shit. It's a purple electric barrier that makes him immune to all damage, which lasts for 3 turns. Yep, it's constantly being recast. It's supposed to last for 3 turns. There we go. Finally, it's down.
Burning rush.
I don't have any more direct damage skills. I'm gonna drop... If I do a healing potion, it's just gonna end up killing Shauna. Yeah, just guard. This should deal like 168 or so to Rose. She should be able to kill him on her turn. I I hate that we had to waste a healing breeze on this fight, but he's doing enough damage that justifies it. Most normal fights won't need it. It's just going to be boss fights.
Burning rush.
There we go. I thought it was going to take until Rose's turn. We beat him. Become strong. Uncle, what you should know is not the past, but the future. Pursue Lloyd. He is in the western country of Tibaroa.
Tibaroa?
He knows everything. Go and find it. Find out about the world. I can read about everything. Salute. Oh, we have an ad, and I didn't see it coming up. Thankfully, we got most of that in before the ad. We did get levels up from this. Shauna's not catching up. She's a bit of a dingus. Do I just wait for the ad to end? Or do I let this roll through? My uncle's, Emperor Dole's ambitions are over. It places an end to this ceaseless long war that has divided Serdio into two. I'm doing this for the VOD. This is the end of your journey, everyone. No, it's not. We're all dragoons. Journey began when Shauna was taken. We need to find out what Lloyd is up to. When Lavitz was killed and Lloyd headed to Tiberia, leaving the mystery about Shauna behind. I am pursuing Lloyd. He is now the Black Monster, if anybody's curious. I'll make him explain everything. I'll go with you, yep. My journey cannot end like this. I'll go with you. Okay, groovy. I think she gets replaced by Miranda. Moon Gem is one of the keys. It's a hollowed object concealing the magic power of the ancient Winglies. We have to stop it before it ignites a catastrophe into Baroa. I'll go with you. I'll give you up my status as king for a while and live as a dragoon instead. Lavitz would have completely agreed. So, no longer a king. I don't think you can just renounce the crown like that and disappear without there being, you know, some actual repercussions. So, besides, you feel naked without me, don't you? Where are you going, Hashel? This is... It's the Dragoon Spirit! Oh my. When dragoons meet, blood will flow. As they leave, time does slow. Miranda also inherits all of her additions and addition levels. Yep, all of them. So now we have our Thunder Dragoon. Him being neutral is not a bad thing. So now we have 5 of the Dragoon spirits, 20 of our Stardust. And it's going to tell me insert disc 2. So that means open this up, come in here, disk control, eject, insert disc 2, yada, yada, yada. Please wait, reading disk. But it only took us how many sessions to reach disc 2 this time? Way less than before. Mostly because I've been skipping through the text. I'm not going to skip through as much text in disc 2. Because I don't have that fresh in my mind. Platinum Shadow. And that sounds like a new scent by Calvin Klein. And I just realized he's Mael. He can stop time. I will draw parallels to every JRPG styled character in existence. Because why won't we? Okay, I need to do a quick save here. There we go. And I think... Bruh? Where is that? Since they're doing Kingdom Death Monsters, and I really like Kingdom Death Monsters, I'm going to raid myself into Karenai. Because Kingdom Death Monsters is the inspiration for a lot of games that I enjoy. Well, not the inspiration for it. It is an inspiring game if you like RPGs and stuff like that and kind of cool monster designs. Yeah, digital games look spoiled because not only do we have to change discs from every game, we had to change discs just to keep playing the same game. Exactly. I think the largest one I own is like 4 or 5 discs. But I will see you guys next time. Have fun. And yes, tomorrow we're doing Baldur's Gate with Gablin, so